Harvest Caye, Belize today. It is the second port on this trip. We are walking to the cruise port now. We actually have an excursion. I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and walk around the cruise port, see if we have any time at all before we leave. Follow me so that you can see this beautiful island on the stop here on this cruise with Norwegian on the Norwegian Joy.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody! Good morning. Welcome to Belize, welcome to Harvest Caye. First timers!
Woo!
Whatever I said to you, you gotta believe me, right? You gotta believe me, right? Alright, my name is Saul. That's Latin. In English is Saul. But for today, you call me King Saul. I work better that way, you know what I mean? Whenever Mr. Tony wind up the AC, you hold out your caps, your sunshades. Don't stop for these items only if a piece of your body is attached to it. Alright? Let's flip!
So we made it out, but this is probably where the filming is going to stop because obviously I don't want to damage my camera. But we're going to be out here for about an hour and hopefully I'll see some really cool fish. Oh god, yeah, that's going to be rough. But that was absolutely incredible. It's like an underwater ocean. Although next time I do this, I definitely do need to get an underwater camera because I definitely missed out on some incredible views. But now we're going to start, I think, heading back to the mainland and find something else to do. Might check out the actual port this time because we didn't have time. We are freshly back in the cruise port, which is honestly, it's pretty spacious. I actually like how spread out everything is, which is really nice. So I got that nice dried, you know, speedboat hair, so it's a little wild. We're gonna walk around, see if there's anything interesting here, and if not, go ahead and head out of the cruise port to see if we can find something to do because we do have about, I think, 4 hours. Yeah, we have 4.5 hours before we be back on the ship, so I want to see more of Belize before we get off. And actually, I did just learn, for some reason I thought Belize was an island. Turns out it's not, and they're the only country in Central America. The main language is English, so that was pretty cool to learn. I love the giant iguana. We got this at the Mahogany Grill, so we're still here on the Harvest Caye part of Belize. So I just stopped by the restaurant here because we thought this would be really good after our excursion. Unlike a lot of other private islands, this one is run by local vendors of Belize, so you're still supporting the local economy. And honestly, this looks awesome. It's got like plantain chips and stuff. I think one of my biggest things is I always want to try the local food, so I guess let's just go ahead and see how this is. Okay. So it kind of reminds me of Mexican food, honestly. Kind of like a pulled chicken with like those like sort of Mexican tomatoey spices, a little bit of jalapeno. And the plantain chips are honestly just kind of they're just fried plantains. Otherwise, I would give this maybe like a 6 out of 10. It was only $13, which honestly isn't that bad. But if you're just looking for a spot to stop without leaving the cruise port, I would say the Mahogany Grill is honestly a pretty good spot. We also got this thing, which it was up to here, piled frozen and falling everywhere. It was kind of a mess. Just be careful with the heat, I would say, and the alcohol. Make sure you consistently drink water. And then after this, hopefully we will go find something else to do because I don't really want to just stay in the cruise port the entire time. So only have about 4 hours left before we need to be back on the ship. We just left the Mahogany Grill, and I just want to throw in here real quick because we got the bill, and it was about $70 for 2 entrees and 2 drinks. That also included about $16 in gratuity and tax, so the actual meal was only about $50. I just wanted to kind of give a note about that to keep it into consideration if you do want to go there, because I was a little higher than we expected it to be, but we did overall enjoy the meal, so I'm still going to give it 6 out of 10, but oof on the price.
It's just a bit
I've never seen a beach wheelchair before. I think this is really cool. I like the accessibility. I really didn't know these things existed. Okay, we're gonna check out this wildlife adventure because we have about 2 hours before we have to be back on. This kind of seems like it's included, so that would be amazing since we literally just spent $70 on lunch. Looks like they have butterflies, so I think we can go in here. Hello. Hello. Did a butterfly die? Oh no. Yes. Yeah, watch the ground for sure. Oh, poor butterfly. They are beautiful. Oh, babe, it's on the bag. Oh my gosh.
Did he get injured?
I think he is injured. That is really cool. Oh, they're literally everywhere. Oh, you have to stay in here, little guys.
They're so
Thank
beautiful.
you. They are so pretty. They have iguanas?
You like iguanas?
Yes. Look at you. Huh, wow, I literally almost lost Joey. Yes. The wildlife adventure thing here is free, and honestly, it's so beautiful. So unfortunately, we're not gonna wind up going to the rest of Belize. We are just staying in the port today, but I think for just a couple of hours, this is probably just fine. And I think there's a lot to keep you entertained anyway, but we did do our wine excursion, and I was pretty happy with that. We're just gonna continue, I think, to enjoy this, and then we'll head back to the ship in maybe like an hour or so. Thank you so much. This is the Krabu ice cream, which is apparently a local Belizean fruit. I honestly don't even know how to describe it. It's like a variation of vanilla. It's mildly sweet, and there's like a fruity undertone to it, but I honestly can't really explain it. I would say 6 out of 10. It's not bad. I think, yeah, we just got this here at the little ice cream joint here in the port, and it was really cheap for 2 scoops. I think it was like $5.50, and we did get change back in Belize coins, and they did accept US dollars, so that was pretty cool. We have an hour and a half before we have to be back on the cruise, so we're just gonna chill here by the pool. Unfortunately, it turns out the way to get off this island, I found out, is you have to take a ferry to get away from Harvest Caye, and I was told by our group that the last one left at 12, and so because our excursion got back at 12, we just unfortunately missed it. We're just enjoying the rest of the day here in the private island, and it just means I'm gonna have to come back to Belize because obviously I didn't see the real Belize today. I really just hung out in Harvest Caye, and it's been beautiful, and I've had a great time. I did get a little color on my shoulders here, unfortunately from the snorkeling, but I just applied sunscreen, so hopefully that will help prevent anything else. But we're gonna enjoy the pool, head back to the ship, and then I will let you guys know what my final thoughts about Harvest Caye are. That was our whole day in Harvest Caye. Honestly, it was beautiful, and it's kind of hard to give this opinion because we didn't really leave Harvest Caye. We did do our excursion through Norwegian, which I would highly recommend doing the coral reef or the barrier reef snorkeling. It was fabulous. The cruise port, it does a pretty good job at kind of keeping you here. I think the way to get out was through the marina if you went to the tours. As I said, it sounded like from our group, the very last one to leave was noon, so we would have missed it anyway. But there's a ton to do here if you do want to kind of stay in the cruise port. I would highly recommend, even if you want to just hang out in this area, it is a beautiful spot to come to. So I would say Harvest Caye. I'm not super thrilled that they make it hard for you to leave, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 on that, but I would love to come back and see more of the country because honestly, I think it would be worth it. Hopefully you found this helpful. Stay tuned for more happy travels, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Slow down, hold on tight now. It's okay to meet me at the front line. I've got cold feet.